ชูฉันเก็บเลยนะ
สวัสดีค่ะพ่อแม่พี่น้องเพื่อไม่ให้เป็นการเสียเวลานะคะขออนุญาตพูดเป็นภาษาอังกฤษเลย Ladies and gentlemen, to all our foreign press media and our expats, people from all around the world are witnessing our backbone, our farmers, being lied to and cheated on by this government. This tragedy has never occurred in Thailand history, which is why millions of Thai everywhere have joined force our fight to uproot the Thaksin's regime and reform Thailand into a true democracy under our constitution. On the 24th of November, millions joined in protest for the first time in Thailand history, all for the sake of our country. And yet Yingluck and Thaksin's government ignored us. So we rallied again on the 9th of December, marching on the street of Bangkok, clearly stating our goal for the removal of the Thaksin's regime. That was the first time that we witnessed Yingluck's alarm and resulted in the dissolution of the parliament. She thought that would be enough, symbolically returning sovereignty to the people, so that we would dissolve the protest and return home. She was mistaken. The people wanted nothing less than her resignation, not the parliamentary dissolution. After that, the people took to the street again, demonstrating stronger than before their demands for the resignation of Yingluck's government, the eradication of the Thaksin's regime, and reform before the next election. Only then could election be free, fair, and clean. On the 22nd of December, we shut down Bangkok for half a day. And when the government continued to ignore us, we shut down Bangkok continuously since the 13th of January until now. We have shut down Bangkok for 1 month and 2 days, and Yingluck and her cronies still refuses to go. So we have announced the current Festival of Love for Thailand. This year, Maka Busha and Valentine's Day coincides. Currently, all our 4 stages are holding a Festival of Love for Thailand, long weekend for us, to declare our love for our country from the 14th to the 16th of February, and also to symbolically break up with the Thaksin's regime and Yingluck once and for all. Yesterday, CMPO Chief Chalerm Yubamrung tried to exercise his authority under the so-called emergency decree, but his attempt was a complete flop. His political ally turned against him and revoked his attempt, such as UDD Red Shirt leader Jatuporn Phompan, who said he would be happy to step into Chalerm's shoes since he would be able to do a much better job than Chalerm. Jatuporn, of course, is the only one of the UDD leaders who has yet to be rewarded by Thaksin. And he, of course, realizes that if he replaced Chalerm, Bangkok would already be in flames. On the 14th of February, Kopata supporters also refused to engage with the police, choosing to instead to remain calm and non-violent. Chalerm tried to accuse Kopata of being armed and drug addicts, but the only evidence he could come up with, apart from the items planted by the police, were rubber band slings. Yingluck, of course, kept out of the picture and went for merit making in Ayutthaya. Kun Suthep Thirsuban, Secretary to the PDRC, stressed on stage tonight that Yingluck has shamed Thai's women everywhere. With her unethical and immoral governance, she has failed this country as a Prime Minister and as a leader. A good leader would have apologized to the farmer by now for the failed rice scheme. Yet Yingluck have made millions farming households suffer to the extent where farmers are committing suicide daily. A good leader would have expressed regret, show responsibility and resign, not accuse the farmers of being fake farmers. Yingluck claims that the farmers and all the protesters are here to topple the government. But listen up, Yingluck. We are here to chase you out of office. We will preserve Thailand and uphold national security, but not the security of your position. Thais have taken to the streets, have rallied, have demonstrated to shout their demand for your resignation. This will pave way for a reform before the next election. People like Yingluck only think about short-term interests. She presumes that the people want to endure her position and her government. However, the demonstrators are bare-handed and are exercising their constitutional right to peacefully express their political views, a right that the government is required to protect. Yingluck is discriminating against her own citizens. She has divided Thais into two groups, those who are government supporters and those who are against the government. And those viewed as being against the government suffer from abuse and ill treatment. This is why murderers and attackers of innocent citizens are walking free under Yingluck's governance. Never have Thai had to deal with such corrupted leader and family. Yingluck and the Shinawat are irredeemably corrupted. Yingluck has refused to take meetings with the farmers' representatives. Even when they visited her at her office, she took no notice of them. On the 19th of February, the farmers will come again, demanding answers on how the government will pay the 130 trillion baht they owe to the farmers. Yingluck is discriminating against the farmers, who are now speaking out against the government, just like she is discriminating against the anti-government protesters, who are demonstrating against the government. The only way forward for Thailand now is the removal of Yingluck and her cabinet from office, which would then pave way for the establishment of an interim government acceptable to all, and the formation of the People's Assembly to undertake substantive and substantial reforms before the next election. Kun Suthep has refused to negotiate with Yingluck. Even after the many attempts from the government, he believes that it is pointless because Yingluck is just a representative of Thaksin. She is not a true leader. Kun Suthep has also refused to negotiate with a criminal like Thaksin. Yingluck, if you give up, the people would be ready to show some compassion and mercy. But if you continue with your cruel method against innocent citizens, and especially those farmers who are visiting you on the 19th of February, There will be no room left for you to stand on in this country. Thank you and good night. ขอบคุณค่ะ